Today, we're going to take a look at the do's and don'ts at gun shows. If you're new to the scene, it's just too easy to fall for a smooth-talking scammer, or to get so overwhelmed with the seemingly endless amount of options in front of you that you make a rushed and uninformed purchase that ends up costing you more in regret and repairs than it did to buy it in the first place. Don't let the showroom floor get the better of you. Here are some tips and tricks to make your experiences as enjoyable, informative, and fruitful as they were meant to be. So let's get into it. Going without a purpose. The biggest of potholes that you can step into is going to a show with little to no knowledge on firearms, and with no purpose in mind. If you're out there just wandering around for the hell of it, the salesmen are going to sniff you out like a pack of rabid dogs. An uninformed newcomer is an easy target to sell a cheap or unnecessary accessory to. Let's start with knowing why you came. Are you interested in hunting, self-defense, or competition? Decide why you're going and go out to the range to try out the kinds of weapon that you're looking for beforehand. Have a chat with the guy at your local gun range, and take the guns you're thinking about getting out for a spin first under the expert's tutelage. This guy isn't going to sugarcoat a rifle's capabilities because he's not selling it to you. There's nothing in it for him except giving you the information you paid him to give you. Just an afternoon spent with someone who knows what they're talking about and allowing them to select which rifles you should try out based on your intentions with them is going to be more valuable than your final purchase. Models, caliber, ammunition, everything that you know absolutely nothing about. Here's where you can ask the questions without feeling like a big idiot. Ranges exist to educate people, and most of them do a damn fine job of it. You don't have to know it all, that's not humanly possible anyway, but you will walk away knowing what you want and what to look for. At least then, a vendor won't be able to overwhelm you with too many options to confuse you. Pricing. Haggling over prices goes hand in hand with our first points. If you're walking in there with a large hunting rifle in mind, let's say a 308, well, you need to do a little research to see what they go for fresh out of the box and what kinds of things you need to look out for when purchasing it secondhand. We mentioned the 308 specifically because feeding issues tend to crop up with them. That just means when rounds don't chamber correctly. It's a relatively simple thing to check if you know what you're looking for. And that's the exact kind of thing you're going to find out with a quick Google search and some good conversation with the regulars at the range. How else can you even begin to haggle for a price on any unit, new or used? Know what prices your firearm should be going for, new and used, before you even look at the price tag. We're going to take a second to remind you to like, subscribe, and share the hell out of this video. Your views, likes, and subscriptions are the entire reason that our team can bring you human-produced content geared towards the weapon enthusiast, homesteader, prepper, and everyday guy just looking to get prepared. Without you, we truly couldn't do what we do. So to those of you who have already subbed, and to those of you who are about to do just that, thank you. Bad ammo. Buying bad ammunition is a lot more common than you'd think, and it's surprisingly easy to get suckered into buying off someone who does reloading in their garage. The packaging looks unprofessional and the price is half of what you'd pay for the branded stuff at the store. There's no one limiting you on how much you can buy at one time, making it possible to get thousands of rounds at a discount. But the truth of the matter is, you haven't seen this guy's operation, nor have you ever fired the rounds. Some of the most common problems that crop up are contamination because the workspace is filthy, corrosion when it's not stored securely, and rounds not being weighed accurately. The more ballsy scammers will sell you empty casings and just weigh the box down with hidden weights. The truth of the matter is that the more expensive branded ammo adheres to extremely strict regulation. Their rounds are tested, manufacturing floors need to operate by certain standards, and a lot of it is done by machines that are less likely to make mistakes. Shell out a few extra bucks and get your ammunition from a reputable source. And speaking of shelling out a little extra, do you really think AI could have made that pun?
Seriously, man, this is my voice without processing, okay? Chill.
This channel is made by humans, and for us to continue to do what we do, we need human engagement too. So shell out some love and drop us a like, sub to the channel, and tell us some of your experience at gun shows down in the comments below. Is there a scam or even a good deal that you've run across out in the wild that we've missed? Let all the other guys watching at home know what to look out for. And back to the video. Buying secondhand. When buying secondhand, we're not talking about collector's exhibitions here. That's a whole different ballgame and a conversation for another day. Buying used firearms at gun shows comes with a lot of limitations. If they're not willing to allow you a proper inspection and a test fire at a later stage, Well, they're here because they want to sell you defective firearms that are going to cost you more to repair than they are to purchase. This is made even more inconvenient because all pistols and revolvers are zip-tied and locked when the vendor books them in, and you can't cut the ties off until after you leave. There's no gunsmith that'll be willing to take the weapon on such short notice either, to do things like look at the inner condition of it, which you can't see with the naked eye. So this ends up being a blind sale, based purely on the faith you place in the guy selling it to you. No quality control, no test firing, and no proper observation of what the firearm looks like inside. Do we even need to tell you why this is a stupid idea? Unfortunately, we do. You'd be surprised how a slick mouth and a tall tale can make you fall for a scam that you'd never thought yourself dumb enough to fall for. Some vendors do make the proper arrangements to allow their customers to have the opportunity to really look at the firearm in safe and controlled spaces that are removed from the sales floor. Take the time to do your due diligence and support the guys who make the effort to do it right. Non-gun related apparel. But there's also another seller that has nothing to do with firearms at gun shows you need to look out for. Real estate agents, timeshares, Bitcoin, pyramid schemes. If any product needs an agent to sell it, they're willing to get their people at any show or exhibition to make a sale. Hell, we wouldn't even put it past Avon to try and sell your wife some makeup while you're distracted. And don't get us wrong here, there are plenty of non-weapon items that are worth taking a look at. Pocket knives, handmade leather shoes and holsters, camos, and whatnot. But if it's not related to guns, hunting, or storing items related to those things, well, chances are that it doesn't belong at a gun show and you shouldn't be wasting your time on even listening to it anyways. As for secondhand pistols, if the person is not situated at a stall and they're trying to sell whatever it is they're pushing by walking around for customers, do not stop to look at what they are offering you. Gun shows are already noisy, crowded, and quite overwhelming without complicating it with a salesman trying to sell you a lakeside timeshare. Pro tips. We won't just leave you with things that you shouldn't do. We're here for some pro tips too. Walk through as much of the showroom before making a purchase. Chances are you can find the same make and model 2 stalls down for a better price. But you end up buying it the moment you see it because the place is already packed and you're scared that you're gonna miss your shot, only to see the same thing half an hour later for half of the price. That's why you're going to arrive early, even if that means you have to get in line before the event even starts. Get around the place before it fills up so you don't feel rushed to make a decision. But now that you have settled on a rifle, how do you go about haggling? Just like cars on the showroom floor, guns too have 3 prices. First comes the price that the vendor bought it for before they put their markup on it. Second is the price you see on the tag, with their full markup worked into it. And the third lies somewhere in the middle of those two. They'll be willing to go down a little if you're willing to pay cash. That's going to be your first question. What price can you give me if I pay cash? Whatever the vendor says, try to beat him down another 10% at least. Even 20 if you feel like pushing it. There is always a better price than what's shown on the tag. Or if you're feeling a little lost and wish you had some expert advice, look for the older men and women who are there to buy, not sell. Seriously, men over the age of 45 are more likely to have more experience and general know-how around weapons, and no one likes to give advice more than an old-timer. Also, the girls who know their guns have something to prove. By the time a female gun owner's been to 1 or 2 gun shows, she's going to be so annoyed by the people trying to take advantage of the fact that she's just a dumb lady that she's going to have done her homework better than anyone else just to avoid not being taken seriously. Your mama might have told you not to talk to strangers, but at a gun show, if the stranger is getting deep into haggling with a salesman, chances are they know what they're talking about, and for the most part, people actually like talking shop with you if that means that they can just help you avoid the same mistakes that they've made in the past. Guys, gun shows are fun, informative, and they really do offer a lot of deals that you wouldn't get anywhere else. You just need to make sure that you know what you want and that you've educated yourself on the product as much as you can. And at the same time, try not to overthink it. These places are designed to make you feel overwhelmed and nervous. If you've done your homework and you have a plan, well, there's really nothing to worry about. So go out there, find a good deal, and have fun. Oh, and by the way, the food's usually pretty good too. And that's it for the video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Got ideas for future topics? Drop them in the comments below because we would love to hear from you. We're actually reading, and you guys have given us some pretty cool ideas for future videos, so keep it up. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Threat to Survival. Prepare today, thrive tomorrow. Embrace the threat to survival.